The return of the Anunnaki, and similar themes often explore the idea of ancient gods or extraterrestrial beings, like the Anunnaki from Sumerian mythology, returning to Earth. These movies or stories typically blend elements of science fiction, mythology, and conspiracy theories, often drawing on the idea that the Anunnaki were advanced beings who once visited Earth and influenced human civilization. Before we start, we'd like to ask for your support. If you enjoy our video, please hit the like button. This will help us reach more people and create content for you. Now let's get started with today's video. The days of Noah in the distant past. Before the Great Flood, the earth was a place of unimaginable corruption and violence. The Bible speaks of the Nephilim, mighty men of old, offspring of the sons of God, and the daughters of men, Genesis chapter 6 verses 1 to 4. These beings, often interpreted as giants or fallen angels, wielded immense power and ruled over humanity with cruelty. Unbeknownst to many, these sons of God were the Anunnaki, ancient gods from a distant realm who descended to Earth, mingling with humans and giving rise to a hybrid race. As the wickedness of man grew, God decided to cleanse the earth with a flood, wiping out the Nephilim and purging the earth of its corruption. However, the Anunnaki were not destroyed. They were banished, their power diminished, but they swore to return when the time was right. The prologue ends with a depiction of the Anunnaki retreating to the heavens, leaving behind cryptic prophecies that foretell their return. Act 1. Signs in the Heavens. Introduction. In the present day, Dr. Rachel Winters, a respected biblical scholar and archaeologist, is leading a team on an excavation in the ancient city of Babylon. Rachel is a woman of deep faith, and her work often focuses on uncovering the historical roots of biblical events. Her latest discovery sends shockwaves through the religious and scientific communities, a set of ancient scrolls hidden within the ruins of a Babylonian temple. The scrolls contain detailed prophecies about the return of powerful beings from the heavens. They speak of a time when the earth will once again be visited by the mighty ones, who walked the earth in the days before the flood. Rachel recognizes the eerie parallels between these scrolls and the biblical accounts of the Nephilim. Rising tension. As Rachel studies the scrolls, she is contacted by Father Elijah Matthews, a Vatican scholar who has been investigating a series of strange occurrences worldwide. Father Elijah believes these events are signs of the end times, as foretold in the book of Revelation. Earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, and bizarre weather patterns are becoming increasingly common, and ancient religious sites across the globe are being destroyed by unknown forces. The scrolls reveal that the Anunnaki are not merely ancient gods but are the same beings referred to in the Bible as the Nephilim or fallen angels. They were once cast out of heaven and have been waiting for millennia to reclaim their dominion over Earth. The prophecy indicates that their return will coincide with a rare astronomical event, a planetary alignment that occurs only once every 10,000 years. As the date of the alignment approaches, Rachel and Father Elijah realize they must act quickly to prevent the fulfillment of the prophecy. But they are not the only ones interested in the scrolls. A secretive organization known as the Watchers has been monitoring the Anunnaki's prophecy for centuries, preparing for their return. The Watchers believe that the Anunnaki's arrival will mark the beginning of a new era, one where the old gods will reclaim their throne. Act 2. Uncovering the truth. Global unrest. As the planetary alignment draws near, the world descends into chaos. Natural disasters increase in intensity, and governments struggle to maintain order. The internet is flooded with conspiracy theories about ancient gods and apocalyptic predictions, causing widespread panic. Religious leaders around the world are at a loss, unable to provide answers to their frightened followers. Rachel and Father Elijah travel to Jerusalem, where they meet with Rabbi Isaac Cohen, a Kabbalist scholar who has also studied the ancient prophecies. Rabbi Cohen reveals that the Anunnaki are not just returning to rule, they are coming to harvest the souls of humanity, fulfilling a dark pact made in the ancient past. The trio uncovers references to the Anunnaki in various religious texts, including the Bible, the Book of Enoch, and the Dead Sea Scrolls. In the Bible, the Book of Revelation speaks of the beast, who will rise from the abyss and lead humanity into darkness, Revelation chapter 13. Rachel, Father Elijah, and Rabbi Cohen begin to suspect that this beast may be an Anunnaki leader who will deceive the world into worshipping him as a god. The mark of the beast, which the Bible warns will be imposed on all people, might be a form of control that the Anunnaki will use to enslave humanity once more. The Watchers' revelation. The Watchers, led by a charismatic leader named Nathaniel Thorne, believe that the Anunnaki's return is inevitable and that humanity must accept their rule. They have been preparing for this event for centuries. gathering ancient relics and knowledge that they believe will allow them to survive the coming apocalypse. Thorne reveals that the Anunnakis' return will be marked by the opening of a gateway, a portal between worlds that will allow them to cross over into our reality. This gateway, known as the Abyss, is mentioned in Revelation as the place from which the beast will emerge. Rachel, Father Elijah, and Rabbi Cohen learn that the Abyss is not a metaphorical place but a real location, an ancient temple buried beneath the ruins of Babylon. The temple was built by the ancient Babylonians to house the gateway, and it is there that the final battle between good and evil will take place. Act 3. The Return of the Anunnaki. The final countdown. As the planetary alignment reaches its peak, Rachel, Father Elijah, and Rabbi Cohen race to Babylon. They are joined by a group of faithful believers who have come to stop the Anunnaki from reclaiming the earth. The journey is perilous, with the group facing attacks from the Watchers and supernatural forces that seem to be protecting the ancient gods. The group arrives at the temple just as the alignment begins. Inside the temple, they find ancient inscriptions describing a ritual that can seal the abyss and prevent the Anunnaki from returning. However, the ritual requires a human sacrifice. Someone must willingly give their life to close the gateway. The rising darkness, as they prepare to perform the ritual, the ground begins to tremble, and a blinding light fills the temple. The gateway opens, revealing a massive, swirling vortex of energy. From the vortex, the Anunnaki begin to emerge, tall, imposing beings with eyes that burn like fire. Enlil, the leader of the Anunnaki, steps forward. His voice echoes with power as he declares that humanity's time of rebellion is over. He commands the group to kneel before him, but Rachel refuses. She confronts Enlil, demanding to know why they have returned after so many millennia. Enlil reveals that humanity was created by the Anunnaki as a slave race, but they were cast out of heaven when they sought to assert their independence. Now, they have returned to claim what is rightfully theirs. He offers Rachel a choice: join them and live as a queen among gods, or perish with the rest of humanity. Act 4. The final battle. The sacrifice. Rachel realizes that there is only one way to stop the Anunnaki. She must complete the ritual and sacrifice herself to seal the abyss. She is prepared to do so, but Father Elijah steps forward, insisting that it is his duty as a servant of God to make the ultimate sacrifice. Rachel protests, but Elijah is resolute. He believes that his life has led him to this moment, and he is willing to give everything to protect humanity. As Father Elijah begins the ritual, Enlil attempts to stop him, summoning his power to strike down the priest. However, Rabbi Cohen uses an ancient relic, a shard of the original 10 Commandments tablets, to create a barrier that protects Elijah long enough for him to complete the ritual. The abyss begins to close, and the Anunnaki are drawn back into the vortex. Enlil, realizing that he is losing, makes one final attempt to break through the barrier, but it is too late. The gateway closes with a thunderous roar, and the temple collapses around them. Aftermath. Rachel and the survivors emerge from the ruins, shaken but alive. The world begins to calm as the natural disasters subside, and a sense of peace returns. However, the victory comes at a great cost. Father Elijah's sacrifice weighs heavily on Rachel, but she finds solace in the knowledge that humanity has been spared from the Anunnaki's rule. In the final scenes, Rachel returns to the Vatican, where she meets with the Pope. She presents the ancient scrolls to him, urging the Church to recognize the truth about the Anunnaki and the Nephilim. The Pope, a wise and contemplative man, acknowledges the gravity of her discovery and vows to guide humanity in the coming times. Please subscribe my YouTube channel. I hope you like this video. Thank you.